Alright, so maybe you've always wanted to be a teacher and that's been your one career path for your entire life. Or maybe you're someone maybe a little more similar to me and you've done some other careers and you really feel that this is the time that you want to get into teaching and to give it a shot. Either way, you're going to need to be applying to Teachers College. And I'm sure that's why you're here and clicked on this video. So today I'm just going to be going through what a Teachers College application looks like. And on that note, this is going to be the first video in a multi-part series where I'm going to discuss applying to Teachers College. And I'm going to give you a ton of tips and tricks and resources that are going to help you to apply to the Teachers College of your choice. And not only will I be helping you to apply to Teachers College, I'm going to do my best and give you the best resources so that way you're most likely able to get into your first choice. So stay tuned and watch through this series. And with that said, enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, just comment them down below and I'll be sure to get back to you, or I'll be posting a video on those topics at a later date. Alright, so here we are at the Ontario University Application Centre, or OUAC, as some of you might know it, and this page specifically is for the Ontario Teacher Education application. So what you're going to need to do here is you are going to need to create an account if you haven't done so yet, or you're going to need to log in if you've already created an account and you're just sort of revisiting an application. To be honest, I didn't find this application too bad. This application sort of comes out in two different parts. The first part is just choosing your university program, and you're going to be looking at a few different universities and some different programs, and you're going to basically just select what you want to apply to. And then later, the second part of the application is actually a supplemental information form. So you might be asked for something like a personal statement, or you might be asked for relevant work experience, and I'm going to be covering both of those in some different videos that I'm going to be creating. So stay tuned, they're only going to be a couple weeks away, so you can slowly work through your application with me. But overall, the initial part of the application really isn't bad. So yeah, let's just sort of hop in here. I'm going to log into my account, and it'll take you to the homepage and we'll go through it. Alright, so here we are on the homepage of your Teachers College application. It's going to be really simple. This page is really just the site where you're going to be accessing all your links from and go to different pages and submit different things. So here on the homepage, the first thing we're going to see is this teacher's application guide, and I will go through that really quickly with you in a couple minutes. And then there's just some more information down here. And then down below, there's just a little statement saying that you're going to be assigned a reference number once you submit your application. So when you apply to this application, you're going to want to make sure that you write down this reference number and just keep it handy somewhere in case there's problems processing your application. You can get in contact with OUAC and just talk about the problems with them. And then also on the homepage, you're going to notice down the left-hand side here, there are just a variety of choices and pages. This is basically your OUAC account up here, and where you can change your personal information and whatnot. And then these portions down below, this is your actual application. So now if we follow these one by one, we can pretty much go through your application and get started. So the first link that we're going to go to is the Secure Applicant Messaging page. Now this page is really just to upload any of our supplementary documentation, and that includes your transcripts and whatnot. Now it is important to note that on this page here, you do need to know exactly what each university requires. You don't want to be submitting something that maybe, let's say, York University requires that a Brock University application doesn't need. And in fact, if you do that, it's only going to hurt your chances of getting in, as they're going to have basically unorganized content and content that doesn't apply to that specific school. And really, when you're doing your applications, you want to tailor each application to the individual schools. So this is basically just your portal to upload some of the documents and decide where they're going. Okay? And then as you'll see down below, there is a list of documents where you can upload here. So your transcript, your proof of diploma or language proficiency test, a resume, and just a few other pieces of information. So next, and this is the big part of applying to Teachers College, you're going to be browsing some programs. So yeah, now we're on our Browse Programs page, and if you've already been looking into Teachers College for a while, you might have an idea of what university or what program or what subjects you want to teach. However, if you are new, this is a great opportunity to search for maybe some different university programs or some different teaching subjects and where they're offered. This is actually addressed in the application guide as well, which I'm just going to switch over to really quickly. So here on the application guide, we can see that there is links to various information. And then also down below, there are information on the different teachers colleges and their education programs. So let's say, for example, we want to look at York Universities. It's going to tell us exactly what the program codes are, which you're going to need when you browse your program. So for example, let's say I want to do intermediate senior education at York. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this program code, which is Y30, and I am going to search it here. As you can see, Y30 already popped up. It's because I applied last year, so it sort of remembered my choices, which is pretty nice. So yeah, what you're going to do is you're going to go through, you're going to find a few programs that you want to apply to, or maybe you only want to apply to one, or maybe you want to apply to several. I'm going to talk about that in a different video where I discuss the fees and how much it costs to actually apply to Teachers College, because as with any application, there is going to be a cost associated with it. So if you want that information, stay tuned for another video where I'll break down some of the costs associated with applying, and I'll put a few hypothetical situations of maybe different teachers programs or combinations of applications that you're thinking of and how much those might cost. So anyways, once you put in that program information, what you can do is you're going to choose your teaching subjects. So for me, I'm going to go down to science, I'm going to choose chemistry, and teaching subject 2 is going to be biology. And then if you want to keep this, you are going to hit save, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and click save now. And here it's going to bring me to a page where I have some different choices. So depending on the number of applications that you decide to submit, you're going to be able to rank these choices from 1 through whatever. If you only choose 3, you're going to rank them from 1 to 3, obviously 1 being the one that you want to go to most. So yeah, that's pretty much it about program choices. As I've said, I've linked down below the Ontario University application guide for the Teachers College application, and I've also linked the homepage. So if you go back, you can look at the different Teachers College programs, and you can look at the deadlines for different parts of the applications, as well as maybe you're a teacher that's already internationally accredited. So maybe let's say you're coming from India and you are already a teacher in India, but you want to be a teacher in Ontario. There are opportunities for you to take shortened programs or just to transition into teaching depending on your situation. So yeah. And then there's also some notes here that just give a little bit more information on the general program and the degree requirements. And then also what maybe your prerequisites for teaching subjects are, or the different types of teaching subjects. So peruse through these on your own time and just get a handle on what you want to apply to, what programs, what universities, and what subjects you want to teach. So I'll leave that one with you, but let's continue on through the rest of the application. So once you've decided on your choices, you're going to hit save. And then you're going to move through to the next page, which is additional university details. So here on this page, we're just going to go in and we're going to indicate whether we've previously applied to or attended this university. So if I'm a new student, let's say I'm coming from the University of Waterloo, which is where I did my undergrad. I'm going to put no, I haven't applied to this university, and obviously none of this is applicable. Okay? And after we filled out this page on additional university details, we're going to go down to our personal information page, and I'm not actually going to click on that because I don't want my personal information shared on the internet, my birthday, just some of that details. It's just minor details, but hey, you know, don't put it out on the internet. You never know who might be watching. So yeah. Anyways, it's really quick. It takes 5 seconds to fill in. It's like your name, your birthday, so on. And same thing with your contact information. Really, again, you can probably guess what that's going to be. Phone number, preferred email, so on and so forth. Again, it takes 5 seconds to fill out. This part of the application is really easy. After that, we're going to go into our academic background. And you're going to be able to add the institution you attended, and you're going to talk about the different degrees. So I'll just do that real quick. So it asks me for my country, it asks me for the state, and they do want on this application, they do want your high school information as well. So you should put your high school, but for example, I'm going to put in my graduate degree, and I'm going to choose my institution. And basically what this is going to do is by going through these filters, it's going to really just filter down to the information or the different universities that are available in that region. So you're not going to see 500 universities on the list, you're going to see whatever it is, the list of 20 Canadian universities. So yeah, and then you're just gonna input your degree program information, start date, end date, the level achieved, and the different types of degrees, and the date that you received the degree. Okay? So it's pretty straightforward, and you're going to do that for all of your degrees. You're going to do it for your high school diploma. You're going to be doing it for your undergraduate degree. If you have a graduate degree, do it there. Same thing with any other professional schooling. So maybe you have a dentistry degree, or maybe you have an MBA or a certificate in a HR program. You're just going to throw all your academic information here. So yeah. And then following this, you're going to move to the next page, which is our transcript requests. And okay, so here we are on the transcript request page. Basically what's going to happen here is for each of your academic backgrounds and institutions that you've inputted, you're going to be asked to provide your transcript from there. So you're going to be asked for, let's say you grew up in Ontario, your secondary school diploma, you're going to be asked for an undergraduate degree, and in my case, for example, I was also asked for my master's transcript. So what you're responsible for doing is getting a hold of official transcripts. They have to be official. They can't be the unofficial transcripts that universities just process like that. They generally need to be watermarked or something along those lines. And if you're looking for information on the transcripts requests, you're going to be able to just click on this page and it's going to take you to just a little more information. And if you read through this page, you'll just find a little bit more information. Generally, it's pretty straightforward. This is not a hard process. So if you have any questions, comment down below, but you should be okay. If not, I will either post another video on it or I'll just individually answer your comments down below. So don't worry, everything will be fine. But now if we go back to our application, this is the opportunity to discuss our current courses that are not going to appear on our official transcripts. So for example, if you're in the last year of university, you obviously don't have all the courses that are going to be on your transcript. So this is where you're just going to write them down. And what this is used for is basically for each university, you need to have a certain number of credits in your Teachables. So for example, attending York University, I needed to have 8 credits in chemistry and 6 credits in biology. So what that would have been equal to, I think that would be equal to 6 half-year courses or 3 full-year courses in chemistry, and either 2 or 3 courses in biology, full year. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Don't worry too much. This is just an opportunity to provide them with the courses that you still have to take that don't appear on your transcript. And that's just going to tell the university that you have enough credits to teach the specific subjects. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for the application. Then you're just going to move on to the review and submit page. And yeah, if you have any errors listed, they're going to pop up here, or anything else that you need to complete. Overall, this is really not hard. I think the application deadline for this is December 1st. So you have lots of time. Realistically, if you already know what Teachers College program and subjects you want to apply to, teach, or for example, if you know what universities you want to go to, this application can really take less than 2 hours to complete. I think when I completed mine, I completed this in about 1 hour, but I did also complete it with a couple friends at the time, so we sort of just went through it together. But yeah, so that's the applying to universities. After you submit this, there will be a review and submit page down below on the bottom. It does take a couple days for the universities to process, and then once they've processed your application, they are going to be sending you basically a thank you for applying to us, and here's all the things you have to do to complete your application. And this is where we're going to be talking about the supplemental information forms that each university requests, and I'm going to be covering that in a separate video. But essentially there's an experience profile where you break down your different teaching requirements or different teaching abilities or volunteer work, relevant work experience, so on with the age group or with other age groups than you want to teach. And there's also a personal statement that a lot of universities request that really is, why do you want to be a teacher and what inspired you, so on and so forth. I am going to talk about those in different videos, so if you want to see more information about that, please stay tuned, especially if you want to do a good job on your university applications and put you in the best place to succeed and get into a college. I really would suggest following my advice. I mean, I've done this, I've gotten into Teachers College, so yeah, just if you have questions, pop them in the comments below and we'll just go from there, okay? You're going to do great, you're going to be fine, so yeah, that's the application. It really shouldn't be too daunting, you shouldn't be too worried about it. So yeah, I hope everything went well, and I hope you just enjoyed this. Alright, and with that said, that's the end of this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed and got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, as I said at the beginning of the video, please pop them down in the chat below, and I'll be sure to get back to them, or maybe it's a video that I'm going to be posting a later topic on, so I'll be sure to let you know. And yeah, if you have any friends who are thinking about applying to Teachers College, definitely point them towards my channel and to my videos. I definitely want to make sure that the content I'm creating reaches not only a larger number of people, but it's created for the purpose of helping people apply to Teachers College and to get through Teachers College. So yeah, if you're interested in Teachers College, or you know people who are interested in Teachers College, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. There's a ton more content coming your way, and at the end of the day, I really just want the best for you. So yeah, with that said, have fun, have a great day, and please stay happy, safe, and healthy, everyone. I'll see you all around, and maybe I'll even see you next time. Bye!